Previously in the cars. He's brought it back from the edge of despair. Now can Alatia make it to the podium?
I will do everything to be in the podium. Chile can make the difference.
The fight for third is getting hot as Terranova and De Villiers duke it out on the dunes. Peter Hansel knows he can take the win, but he has to push harder than ever. I'm the chaser, I've everything to gain. I'm driving relaxed and it's a real pleasure to drive the Mini. The gap is now closing as Roma reels from Peter's onslaught. I'm not thinking about the minutes. I'm going to take the race day by day. And Sainz is going nowhere as the SMG grinds to a halt. Can he even reach the finish? Four stages to go, and it's still all to play for in the car race. For victory and for a spot on the podium. The only team order we have is to bring the car to the podium without having an accident. But in terms of position, nothing has been decided. More than ever, Nani Roma is under pressure. I'm very happy with the race I'm doing. There's nothing to say about Peter Hansel's race. We recently did a few mistakes and lost some minutes, but we've done really well so far. We know that the second week would be very, very difficult.
Go.
So off went the race leader with a 12-minute advantage over his closest rival. And the battle between Roma and Peter Hansel would be spectacular, the Frenchman making the best of his Dakar technique. It was Peter Hansel who would have the final word on the morning special. Nani was trapped by the dunes of Iquique and also suffered a puncture. The Catalan reached the halfway mark having lost 7 minutes. In his Ford Ranger, Lucio Alvarez enjoyed a great special, his best so far. The Argentinian was 9th after the first half. After his mechanical issues yesterday, Carlos Sainz was back on track and storming. The Spaniard had clocked the third fastest time after kilometre 2:31. But on the liaison between the two time specials, the Spaniard suffered a terrible crash. Sainz, who was slightly injured, was flown to the Antofagasta Medical Centre. Race over for El Matador. Third 2 days ago, Chile hasn't been very kind to the Argentinian Orlando Terranova, stuck in the sand dunes of Iquique. The Mini driver lost half an hour on his main rival for the podium, Nasser Al-Attiyah. Meanwhile, there were more puncture issues for Giniel De Villiers. He's seeing his hopes of taking his Toyota to the podium fade away. Taking off just behind Stefan Peter Hansel, Nasser Al-Attiyah was in winning form. The Qatari clocked the best time, claiming his 19th stage success. The other good news, third position overall. Meanwhile, the battle between Roma and Petter continued on the second part of the stage, Roma having to push hard to try to catch his rival. But once again, the Frenchman would gain precious time, 10 minutes on the finish line. In the new overall, Petter Hansel is just 2 minutes and 15 seconds behind. We're driving in our maximum, giving all we have, without thinking about the overall. And we're enjoying the driving, it's fun. Jumping, sliding, the Mini is super solid. We're loving it. A spectacular stage and all the drama that Dakar has to offer for the top drivers of the rally. Coming next in the trucks, it's a resurgence for Ales Leprez as the Queen 69 glides through the dunes.
Każdy ma tutaj swój Dakar.
Like a dream for the Polish people.
Everybody speak about Dakar.
Image of Dakar in Poland is huge.
Dakar is a big challenge, it's very hard.
Dakar is really in Polish heart.
There were 18 Polish competitors starting the Dakar from Rosario this year. On 2 wheels and 4, they're playing leading roles. We wanted to know just why Polish competitors are so fast in rally raids.
I think that we have many more good people driving on-road and off-road in Poland than only at Dakar. I think the resources are almost endless, especially in the people among people in the middle age like me.
Krzysztof Holowicz has finished 5th twice before. The former European Member of Parliament could have won 3 years ago but retired while leading the
In my
race.
opinion, it's Polish people are really ambitious and they try to do the best on all the possibilities. Now we are European community and the Polish people are really feel that Polish economy growing up, that we are good on the motorsport as well.
4 times a ski jumping world champion, 4 times the Polish Sportsman of the Year. Adam Małysz is the best paced Polish driver, 6th overall.
Many people in this moment from Poland and Dakar in Poland is more popular from every year to the future.
Former rider Marek Dabrowski is 10th overall in his first attempt at the Dakar in a car.
My sponsor makes Dakar Academy. Amateur riders, we also help them because of our 13 years knowledge about Dakar. We are preparing them for Dakar 2015.
Polish TV takes the best of the Dakar to the viewer in Poland, breaking audience records just a few days ago.
There was a 5 million of audience in our program, so every day, you know, it's increased.
The next step for the Poles, to win the Dakar.
Otworzył swoje ramiona i przyjął całą kolorową dakarową karawanę na swoim wybrzeżu.
On a sandy stage suited to the Tatra trucks, Arthur Ardavicius managed the 9th fastest time at the special. He, however, remains just outside the top 20 overall in the trucks. 27th last year in his Maz truck, Sergej Vyazovic is currently 13th. At the end of the day's first special, he'd managed a career-high 5th position. A new car on the Dakar, Dmitry Sotnikov was enjoying a great race so far. He, however, struggled in the dunes, losing over an hour. Not a good day either for Marcel van Viet. The Dutchman in his big man got stuck on a dune and lost precious time in his quest to make it to the top 5. Fourth of the day was title holder Eduard Nikolaev. He struggled in the dunes this morning. The Russian lost time on the race leaders but remains firmly on the 3rd step of the podium. Gerard de Rooij is not enjoying these stages in Chile. Almost invincible on the other side of the Andes, the Dutchman carried on losing time on his main contender, Andrei Karganov. 3rd at the first special, de Rooij had already lost 4 minutes 30. Slowly but surely, Andrei Karganov is moving closer to the top spot. The Kamaz driver, who finished 3rd in last year's Dakar, was only 9 minutes adrift at the halfway mark, despite remaining stuck in the dunes. Looking good for Ales Lopez. The Czech in his Tatra clocked the best time at the end of the first special, and he's also on the verge of taking 4th spot overall. The best moment was 1997 because everything went perfectly well. I finished 3rd, Peter Hansel won the Dakar, there was a great atmosphere in the Yamaha team. It was a clean Dakar. I suffered a big crash on the final stage, but it was a great Dakar. We lived it with Stefan and it was fun. Of my 5 Dakars, it was the nicest.
It's every time you finish. Finishing is for me the best moment.
It has to be the one in 2009 when we crossed the finish line. We were just shouting from excitement and everything, and also it was the first time that we won the race for VW back at the time, so it was a big moment for them as well.
My best memory at the Dakar was my podium finishes. Those moments were the best moments at the Dakar. The podium in 2010 and 2011.
It's of course the 2009 edition on the central square of Buenos Aires, in the heart of the city. And that avenue that filled up with people. The streets were crowded with spectators. It was the 1st of January and it was extraordinary. We learned that close to 1 million people are expected to come and see the first South American Dakar, and we tell ourselves that we've won.
Obviously, a special moment. The best that I've lived on the Dakar was when I won my first stage in the 2010 Dakar.
It's quite easy. It's my first victory in 1991 on a bike. First of all, because I had dreamt of the Dakar, dreamt of just doing it. And in 91, it's my 4th appearance and my first win, so that really is the best memory.
Tomorrow on the 26-minute Dakar. We skip away from the ocean for a day and head inland, where Bereda knows he can catch Coma if he wins every day on the way to Valparaiso. And Alatir is fighting all the way to the line, as tomorrow we'll see almost 7 hours of flat-out racing on the way to El Salvador.